I refuse to believe
Joe,
it.
hey, you know, Charmaine, him and I talking to him. Yo, the only thing I see with that, because I love, you know, war of words, sparring, cool. I only say, listen, you take it too far when you start to encroach on people's personal privacy. And he was trying to tweet out my zip code, which is, you know, we're all, yo, you saw that. I just thought it was a dumb move.
But who gives a fuck if the zip code is like, how this man? I mind my business when niggas is getting crazy.
Yeah, no, hold on. Yeah. But Joe, here's the thing though, right? Like, with the whole, yeah, I don't care. Like, first of all, I'm a public figure, so are you. Joe, if Troy Ave is dissing you on Instagram Live, one thing. If he shows up where you lay your head and maybe your baby boy lays your head, and he starts leaving messages trying to threaten you, would you not move a little bit different, and would you not also take it to another level? Yes or
no? I would pray on it.
No, oh my God.
That is big business watching. I would just pray on it. I can't say what
you were talking crazy to Troy Ave just now.
I mean, I don't
hold on. Yeah, wait. You know, hey, listen. I thought it was an amateur move to your co-host, which again, my whole issue with them is that, like, Joe, listen, man.
You don't like nobody niggas talking about you, especially niggas that don't know you. I get what your issue is.
No, it's not that, Joe. I respect what you've built, and I think you respect a bit of what I've built.
Of course I do. Don't be silly.
I just can't respect niggas who ain't built shit. Commenting on niggas who did build shit. So I'm watching both of them, and I'm like, yo, if Joe says, yo, Ak, you're fucking up your brand by doing this, I get it. When y'all say it, I look at y'all and say, what, like, how do you even have the wherewithal? Especially, again, just like how you dismiss Andy Schultz, like, I'm dismissing them. Why do you have the audacity to speak on what I'm doing within my brand and how I'm doing stuff when you've never done anything like that? So that's where I catch offense, you know, and of course, you know me, I'm super petty. But
yeah, but
anyway,
y'all could everybody could just fight. You see, like I kept telling Troy Ave, like, can you fight or not, nigga? Too much talking.
Okay, yeah, Joe.
Hey, meet me in the CVS parking lot. And
Joe, he has $50,000 to fight you. He has 50. No, he said he got 50,000 to fight you. Me and Rory be on the undercard.
yeah. Now we talking. Now we talking about getting some money.
Yo, and if I have enough energy, I'll get at what's the other dude's name? Mealy Mo. I'll get him next. You know what I mean?
Man,
you know,
leave my people alone. My people ain't bothering you. And if they are bothering you, then tell me so I can handle it. But I don't want niggas. I don't want nobody going to nobody's house. No, just so I'm clear. I don't want niggas. If niggas gonna just talk and diss each other publicly, I'm with all that. I love that.
Yeah.
But all that going to people's houses, writing notes, when you start talking about people's family, like shit like that is where it's like, okay, because I've seen where shit that started as nothing. Shit, Troy Ave is our example of that. Shit that started as just words.
Nigga, the ransom shit is like, yo, I looked at that and I was like, listen, I understand, because, you know, me, when I get on my Twitch, you know, I kind of go a little hard. But once I seen that happen, I said, oh, wow. Like, for a guy who tries to sound smart when he's not ad-libbing, he's trying to repeat the same events that happened with Joe and Ransom, where things and people and places and cameras were involved in some shit that didn't have to be.
And let
so
me
I
just
look
tell
at
you,
that and I'm like,
me and Rand will tell you that was stupid. Me and Rand today will tell you.
And truth be told, I would have rather him just tweet it out. Hey, Akademiks, I don't like what you're saying. Let's fight. Cool. When you're trying to, like, I don't know what movies I don't know what movies you have, like, assigned him to watch, but, like, he must think this, like, in real life, there's no mafia shit where you drop off a little postcard or a note and everybody's shook.
I don't know
what usually happens then? It happens where people start getting really aggressive to anybody who comes near their property. And by the way, and hold on, and my last thing, because I gotta ask you one question. and it only looks even worse. Bro, look outside what happened, man. Breonna Taylor just got killed by a white cop. You a white dude in hip-hop. Be happy enough that Joe's bringing you. Stop trying to threaten like you're going to pull up to a black dude's crib. Because, listen, I'm here all the time. I bought it cash.
Okay? No. We're not allowing none of that. Listen, what I will say is, again, Joe has been like the trailblazer on the internet. So a lot of shit happened to me first. Like before there was a Twitter, before there was an Instagram, Ransom said something slick. I called myself putting on for the internet.
I remember the Applebee's video.
For what? Just like stupid. Like
you must have been in Linden. That's a Linden Applebee's.
No, I was in 440. I was in Jersey City at 440. And I said something stupid, and we went and me and some guys went to his block trying to film a video and just internet shenanigans. All that shit 6ix9ine be doing. Wait, let me talk. All that shit 6ix9ine do. We go to Chicago and blah 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 blah. I did that, and got shot at,
Regrettable.
One, and two. Ransom went away. He lost some years of his life. Like that shit is so trash. Yo, they went to my man's house, smacked the shit out of my man in the hood. My man is such a nice guy. Like that was chaos. Me and Rand see
that's where you and Vlad have your beef from.
Yeah, but me and Rand were able to see each other some years later and just acknowledge how stupid all of that shit was. Like, nigga, I love you. You love me. What was we doing? It's just stupid. So it pains me when I see stuff that like kind of could escalate. It pains me that rather than fucking Troy Average be an example and talk some of that shit, like he's still an idiot. It hurts me that he's still an idiot. It hurts me that 6ix9ine sometimes is still an idiot. It hurts me when people are idiots still, because we got too big of a fight on our hands.
Joe, did you think when 6ix9ine hit you up for an interview that he did not have any redeemable qualities, so you said, "Nah, we're good"?
No, I didn't think that. I didn't think that at all. I thought there was no reason for me to do the interview.
Okay.
That's all. That's really all I thought. I said, "What does he want to talk with me about?" He had just done the New York Times interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
He just had arguably the biggest trial that we've ever seen in hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
and every time he goes on live, it's mad people there. Like he has an outlet to say whatever he wants to say. What does he need me for? I had that question, and I had the question of, do I want that energy around me? The energy of he wasn't gonna do nothing but get on there and tell a bunch of niggas to suck his dick. And I come from, hey, if I got beef with a nigga and he starts shooting, the dude that's standing next to me might get hit. It's all about just energy. He was real sweet when I spoke to him. He was a sweetheart.
You spoke to him directly?
Yeah. I think I spoke to him directly. If I didn't, then Ian spoke to him directly. But I mean, I spoke to Murph.
I know he was making personal calls. I know you. By the way,
Murph.
He told me to hit you up, and I said, "Listen, me and Joe will always have love for each other, but I'm shooting at his co-host right now. It will look that's a facetious move for me to be like, hey, do you want to go talk to 6ix9ine because I have a relationship with him while I'm getting at your co-host." So I said, hey, you need to find another way how to speak to him, not leverage the fact that me and Joe have a relationship. So I guess however it got to you is how
I spoke to Murph. I apparently know Murph from back in the days. Like he tried to call 6ix9ine, and I was like, no. You don't need to call him. Let me just call in. And listen, I did think about doing it. I thought about it. It. But nah. And it's nothing personal against him. But
was it because of what you were going through with Spotify at the moment?
That's part of it. I didn't like how that would have looked. Like
I told him that too.
My first shit off of Spotify, now it just looked like I'm doing some shit for the clicks. Like, nah, I would never do no shit like that.
I told him that too. Hey, this is a random question because it's been on my mind. Joe,
Yo, y'all
Could
might as
you
well
apologize?
invite me to Everyday Struggle, man. What the fuck?
Hey, could you apologize to my man Van Lathan? You threw him under the bus, bro.
I did apologize to Van Lathan.
Did you do it publicly?
No, nigga.
No, Joe, that wasn't right. I felt like you stepped on other people's toes while trying to prove your point, and other people who, if you're really for, which I do believe, you're for the fight for all creators, especially Black creators, that could have been handled, and you could have discussed even that interaction a little bit
Here
more
is my
tasteful.
public apology to Van Lathan right here on DJ Akademiks' show.
It's our live. No, this is
your live.
This is Weekend Struggle.
Van Lathan, if you are listening, if you're out there, if Too Cool to Blog picks this up so you can see it, I publicly apologize for how you took that rant, for how that rant made you feel, and for how
that's
it was
not an apology,
interpreted.
Joe, you can't apologize by saying I apologize for how you felt. You have to apologize for what you did.
Well, no, because I told like I told him when he called. How he felt and how he took it, that certainly was not my intention. And I love Van. Like, I fuck with Van. It's a lot of people I don't fuck with, but Van I fuck with. So no, I would have never went on there. Yo. I would have never went on there and tried to humiliate him purposely. But I did, according to him. So I apologize. And I apologize publicly. Van's my guy. I fuck with Van.
I felt you stepped on a situation he had going on. And
Good.
I like no, because
I'm joking,
like,
I'm joking, man.
Yo, what I'm saying is that you set him back at Spotify where like now all your supporters are thinking that this is the guy who ain't with the for creator, pro-Black, fuck the system and everybody who oppresses us, even in business terms. And Van isn't like that. Like I had to explain to a lot of people because they mentioned his TMZ, history, and I'm like, do y'all forget that he was a motherfucker who sat up there with like, Kanye, and he was the only one who called him on certain shit he was saying just because it was detrimental to the Black community? Van ain't like that. So when I saw you mention, I'm like, yo, Joe, why are you mentioning private conversations?
Nah, I was hurt. And I expressed to him how I felt. Like, I think we were clear with each other on how we felt. And it was just bad timing and a miscommunication between two people that normally communicate very well. Because I give it to Van. Anytime that one of them bullshit stories was about to come through TMZ, Van hit my line. Van called my phone.
He did it. He hit my line too.
Yo, there's some shit going on. So I should have 100% returned the favor, but that stuff wasn't written. Like, I was off the dome with. I didn't plan to mention Van Lathan. I was just saying my perspective, and I offended somebody that I care about and I love. So there's nothing wrong with apologizing. Van, if you listen, I love you. And I apologize.
He is, because he definitely called me that a couple minutes ago. Hey, yo,
that's my man,
one
man.
of the last things I'm gonna ask you, because I know
said that the last 10 questions.
Stop it. You just like me. We don't take vacations. We sit back and plot, right? So I know you're trying to act like you're on some 3-week hiatus, but you ain't, nigga. You moving around. You're
yeah.
What's next, nigga? What's next?
250 million.
From who? Let's get out of here, nigga.
From everybody. Why it got to be from one person?
Okay.
And just,
are you trying to?
Let me stop. Let me stop before the blogs pick it up. I am not asking anybody for $250 million.
No. Fuck the amount. Are you trying to? Because I heard you said a point which was very poignant to me. You said, yo, they might have got away with the finesse in the record music industry because that shit existed a long time ago, but we're determining the rules right now for this podcast business. And I have a say. Are you trying to revolutionize the business, or you're trying to get the bag you feel you deserve?
The first. I'm gonna revolutionize things. My legacy will be that I change things for everyone to come after me. And in that, I'm gonna get shorted on the bag. I know that. Nothing wrong with that. When you're the first to do something, you get shorted on the bag. See how I left Everyday Struggle and they gave you all the money I was asking for? Yeah. Yeah.
They came to me. They came to me and they said, yo, Act. They said, Act, they were like, not creative, but we'll give you EP, and do you want this percentage? And I'm like, oh, you guys have had a change of heart. Why? Okay, let's talk.
Yeah. Nah. And nobody was happier for you than me. Hey, with all the bullshit that I just went through in that building. Hey, and I told you before I left, hey, nigga, if I get out of here, you already know it's a stick-up. It's stick-up time.
Nah. Joe, you know I'm not gonna lie. Joe told me, Joe says, yo, Act. I remember, because also, I think this was after, like, I was on the stream. I think the Deeces and Mirror thing was happening, and people thought, like, I was like, bro, I loved what me and Joe created so much. I knew it was special. I knew that nobody else could create the shit. I knew it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And I remember, like, when Joe was telling me, like, yo, Act, I'm out. And he says, if you stay, stick them up. And the whole time I'm looking at Joe like, don't leave. But truly, he said, Act, this is what you should get from them. Stick them up.
Yes, sir. You better fucking believe it. Hey, and as soon as I left, Act started getting real off-white clothes.
No. Only the Supreme was supposedly fake, and it's because like I got it from my nigga who was in China for a little bit too long.
Yeah. Hey, well, listen. Actually, here's a question for you now. When is your contract over? They got you in a 720, a 5-year deal. When is that shit up? They got you niggas recording from home forever.
Joe. You know,
they get nervous.
Joe, I don't handle things like you. I just want to say, yo, I love Complex. I love the business we do, and our ongoing conversations has nothing to do with any type of public response I might have to anything.
Well, listen, why me and you can't go to a different company and build everyday not struggling? Everyday balling. Why we can't come up with something else and get a bag? You only go to work for 90 minutes. There's mad other time in the day. We could go build. Now I gotta ask Maul and Rory if they'll let me do it. But yeah,
Joe, you're their boss.
No. Those are not. No, we are friends, not boss.
No. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Joe.
Wait. I wanted to answer because I heard you say something like that. I heard you say, yo, what is the difference between, and this was in one of your Rory rants, yo, what is the difference between what Joe is saying out there to the people and y'all sitting right next to him? Y'all work for him. I saw you say all that. Let me answer you. The difference is, those are my friends. That's it. No, you can't do that. You can't make that face act, because listen, along my travels, right? Like right now, I'm negotiating with different people. You know when the conversation changes a little bit with some of these companies, when a black guy gets on the phone. When a black guy gets on the phone, it's a little different. Not that we friends, but that we kinfolk. So it just goes different. There's no better situation you could be in than having your man go ask for, let's say, $250 million.
Joe,
knowing that is your man.
No, Joe. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I miss just getting at you daily. I do.
You love me, man. You love me, man.
Yo,
hey,
wait,
I came to the house with Rory. I should have pulled up.
Yo, you know why though? Because you be saying bullshit, and I be listening to everybody nod and agree.
Wait, you don't want to work with your friends?
Joe, stop it. So you're telling, yo, hold on.
Right.
This is important. Hold on. This is important for me to say. Everything is about perspective. And let me call you on some shit. This is the realest shit I say in this whole life.
Give it to
Joe, when me and you stood outside Complex waiting for our cars, and you said, Act, based on what's going on, they should pay me X. They should pay you Y. If they're not doing that, they're not compensating us on what we are properly, and actually, even then, it's undervaluing us.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with working with your friends. Because when they aren't negotiating with Spotify themselves, to you, and I know this as a fact, $1 million ain't shit. It's not shit. To them, it's everything.
Stop.
Stop it. Joe, to your employees, to Rory and Mealy Moore, it's everything.
Listen to me. I know you got your thing going on with my guys, but listen to me. I have never told you no wrong information. When forget Spotify, when a different company came to me years ago and said, yo, 3 years, $10 million. Total, not $10 million a year. 3 years, $10 million. The first thing I did was go to my mans, because they my mans, Rory and Maul. I said, yo, I have a deal on the table that will make both of y'all millionaires right this second. Is it the deal I think we should take? No, but I want to hear from y'all. They both said, nah, that's not the deal we want to take. When Spotify put this bullshit deal on the table, I didn't make a decision. I brought it to my guys, and I said, yo, they made an offer that will make everybody a millionaire, but this is what they want. And my guys said, no. Now, every offer that comes, I come to them, I say, yo, this is what's on the table. This is what it'll take from us, but what do y'all want to do? And we make a group decision. That's a friendship courtesy. If these were just two niggas I didn't give a fuck about, I would rob them.
No. Throw the friendship out the window. This is what I'll say to you.
It's real niggas, man. It's a real nigga,
I'm not saying you're not a good
movement.
I'm not saying you're not a good friend, but you're a good businessman.
No, Joe man said I'm not a good businessman.
Joe, if you think I'm going to sit here stuck on stupid and believe that you will let Rory fucking convince you not to take a deal, that's not true. Again, I'm not saying you don't listen to their input, but by large and in part, you are deciding what is acceptable and what is not. And by the way, if you decide that whatever is offered is not, their livelihood depends on your decision. That's all I'm saying. You know that's a fact.
No, that's a fact, but it's all our decision. But this is what I'll say to that. What helps in those situations is I've been an artist. I've been an artist that has gotten robbed, and all types of tricks been played on me as an artist. So I don't be wanting niggas to do that to nobody I'm with. Like when me and you was on Everyday Struggle talking all that shit, and they wouldn't give us a security guard to go to BET, like I was personally offended, not just for me. I was offended for me and you. Like, wait a second, buddy. This is just not going to fly. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but when you ride with niggas, like I see you and 6ix9ine, sometimes y'all get on the Insta Live and he'll say some shit about a name that you kind of rock with. And you'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I rock with this guy. And to some other people, you'll probably say that about 6ix9ine. Let's say what you want about him, but I rock with this guy. When you rock with people, it just goes different. I wouldn't want to do this shit with anybody but niggas I rock with.
Okay, but my
and all money ain't good money.
Okay, but my thing with that is that, Joe, you have made millions for years. Joe, look around. I just bought my first mansion. I used to live in an apartment for all my life. I'm so happy. What I'm saying is that even when I got on Everyday Struggle, you too, when you got on Everyday Struggle, I'm pretty sure you're like, the money they're offering us isn't worth our time. Now, for neither of us, I believe, took it for monetary purposes. But what I'm saying is that I have thought about things that, because I wasn't in the financial position I'm in now, I'm like, yo, let me. So that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, yeah, your co-hosts aren't as fortunate or well off as you Yeah, you could pass up 8 figures. Could they? Could they?
I'm gonna answer it for them because they've answered it to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Act, and listen, and when you move like that, Act, I can guarantee you, they both will be millionaires shortly, in a matter of maybe months. You don't have to say yes to the first million that come. You don't have to say yes to the first 10 million that come. When it's you coming up with it, it's gonna come. Yo, real quick. When I was in the music game, you would run into niggas that made a hit and they had a smash, but they wasn't in a rush to put it out. They didn't have the album ready. They were scared. They was timid to put it out. Know why? That was a fluke. They didn't think they could make another one. They didn't think they could manufacture something to get them money for over a long period of time. Fam, we've been doing this for 5 years. It's not a fluke. Turn the mic on. It's gonna happen. It's too many companies out there to ever be strapped by one, ever.
But Joe, and maybe this is where your point comes in, where you say you guys are friends. Joe, to address, even, I've seen you mention it or whatever. You know why when you left Complex and you had told me about Revolt's interest, I couldn't blindly follow you. Is truthfully, I'm like, hey, listen, I need to make these decisions on my own. And also, who am I gonna bet who am I gonna go all in with all my chips? On Joe or on me? And I know you guys are friends, but they're going all in on you, which means if you self-destruct, if all this smear campaign shit takes you down, they're gonna be sitting there like, damn, we bet on this motherfucker and this nigga actually lost. And we lost millions of dollars.
That's what gambling
I know
is.
for me, I was like, I thought about it a million times, but I was like, I couldn't. For them, I look at it and I'm like,
but you and I's relationship was a little newer. So you made the right decision for you at the time. And what I couldn't tell you at the time was, yo, I think I can get $1 million from Revolt, and I think you could get maybe 750. I couldn't tell you that because it wasn't confirmed. It would have been me telling somebody who's not my friend that I grew up with to come follow me for money that's not guaranteed. So you did what you had to do. But listen, when it's my real let me finish. When it's my real friends though, nigga, hey, if we go to the club together and one of us can't get in the club, we are going home. And the one nigga that says, all right, I got my ID, I'm dressed right, and he goes in the club, man, fuck that nigga.
Okay.
So yeah, they rolling with Joe. If Joe is out here being abusive to women, I would expect all to call me like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You are gonna ruin this. But Joe has only been right for years.
Yo, I'm giving you credit right here. I remember when you started telling me about the Revolt thing, you said, Act, follow me. I'm going to lead you to a bag. But, this was the but, you have to be patient and also be down to maybe be unemployed for months. To not be on a platform for months.
Yes.
And I started to think, and I'm like, everything I know you at this point, I feel like, but I'm like, do I really think that Joe, like, am I going to bet all my chips on what's going to happen and Joe is leading us? Or I got a safety bet right here, which, okay, you know what I mean?
And that is the crossroads that every creator is faced with. So you did what you had to do at that moment. But who's to say? I call it like The Price is Right. Like when you go, that show is old, so you don't know. But on The Price is Right, they say, all right, you go behind door number 1, and it's mad money and tricks in a car. And behind door number 2, who knows? Who knows what's there? Which door do you want? Some people are going to take door number 1 always. That's what you did. That's what you're supposed to do at your age. At my age, I'm always going door number 2. Hey, here's another one. Who wants to be a millionaire? I always love this part. Them niggas be toward the end. All right, buddy. At this point, you can go home with $5 million, or you can play another round. And sometimes they say, I'm taking my money. And sometimes they say, if they trust their intelligence, I'll play another round. I'm always going to play another round. That route is not for everyone.
$5 million?
Nah, see, 2 years ago, Joe was taking a $5 million deal because I didn't have $5 million. Today, $250.
Tongue in cheek.
No, yeah, tongue in cheek. But yes, $250. I risk it. There's no gain without risk. Listen, fuck with me. I ain't gonna do nothing but make everybody a millionaire. Hey, the girl podcast I just rolled out, I want me and you to talk about that in 1 year. Just watch me in 1 year what I do.
Yeah.
I'm changing lives out here. This ain't about Joe. Joe been depressed. Joe been suicidal. Joe could die tomorrow, nigga. Who gives a fuck? What did I change while I was here?
Joe, when you said that and you had tweeted and you mentioned, you said, Charlemagne, Joe Budden is a network. Were you forecasting into like shit that, you know, like we just seen a podcast you launched? Or were you thinking, listen, what I've done in my staying in the game, this is a network. It's just not a show.
No, and I shouldn't answer this because I don't know who's watching. I shouldn't answer this.
Everybody's watching. So if you're wondering who's watching, don't tell you.
Yeah, but a lot of people, it's all about information. A lot of people don't have it all. So I should not answer this, but I will because you're my man and I love you. I was telling him that because as black people who have been oppressed, and we've seen how the white people have done it, we would never look at our one show and say, we're a network, right? When me and you went to Complex, Everyday Struggle was, if not the biggest, as big as the biggest show there.
It was the most impactful show by a factor of probably 5,000%.
When I was negotiating with Spotify, I'm going to say this and I'm getting off here. They were showing me graphs of my podcast, right, like a line like this, and right above it, there would be another line that was doing like this right above my line, right? And I said, yo, me and Ian, we was like, yo, what's this line? I know the bottom line is us, but what's this top line that y'all keep comparing us to? You know what they said?
What?
The top line is 400 other shows. I said, excuse me?
No.
I said, so wait. You're not telling me that at renegotiation time, y'all are trying to devalue me by showing me the output of 400 other shows versus my one?
No.
It would blow your mind what I've learned. So when I say
they sat in the meeting with you and showed you your numbers versus a whole network, or that it seems like a network.
If you see your one show equal or doing better than 300 other shows, bitch, you're a network. Like, what is hard to understand about that?
Okay.
My one show, twice a week, with the hours, it's 2.5, 3 hours every time out the gate. For you to beat that type of consumption, you know what type of work you got to do? Gimlet couldn't fuck with me. That's a company. That's a whole company that they paid $350 million for. They wasn't performing nowhere near me as a company. But
hold on.
Let me talk. But
no way, they were outperforming you altogether.
No, they weren't. No, they were not.
No way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The whole company wasn't up, Joe.
I'm telling you something.
Joe, I'm the numbers guy.
I'm telling you something.
I know you're a numbers guy now too, but I'm the numbers guy.
No, but there's a difference between being a numbers guy and knowing the numbers that they don't want you to see. See, okay. Remember that. We dealing with tech companies. So we can all look at the number under the Instagram picture, under the YouTube vid. We can all see that number. There's a whole nother set of metrics that we'll never be privy to. And in those metrics, Joe is here and entire companies are beneath me. I'm not trying to make anybody believe that. It's something I know for fact, and I'm moving like that. I'm not telling nobody else to move like that.
I would imagine those numbers would mean how many people who listen to your content who eventually subscribe and pay their hard-earned money. That might not be, but that's what I would be thinking. That's how you could kind of easily track your value.
Well, you can't track your value if the people don't want you to track it.
Well, you have to find some way to do it.
That's the point. So now I have to go out and hire my own analytics team. So I never have to be in that position again of, hey, can I see your analytics? No, I have my own analytics team.
Joe, we had this conversation already at Complex. It's a reason why if you want to be subscribed to Nielsen's reporting on album sales and all the data they give out, which is really specifics, not only to like, you know, general regions, to states, to cities, to actual fucking counties. Yeah, you have to pay. It's it's over 6 figures a year to be subscribed to that. You know why? Being armed with that information is worth 6 figures.
It costs money.
So I get what you're saying in terms of being armed with
but listen, 2 years ago I couldn't afford an analytics company, honestly.
Okay.
So I mean, it's all about. You're right. It's all about what you can afford and when. Because if you broke, you're just gonna take whatever deal. You're not gonna ask no information. You're not gonna get to analytics company time. But no, now it's a different ball game. Different ball game now. I know how much everyday struggle is worth. So whenever that contract is up, and you want to call me, listen, Wayno too. Wayno's my guy. Nadeska too. Listen,
Joe.
I'll pay y'all out my own pocket.
Joseph.
See, look. Hey, when I start talking ownership shit, niggas tell me, they start calling my whole name.
Hold on. No, Joe. No, we could talk. 100%. Make no mistake about it. And by the way, and this is why, you know, I always talk my shit a little bit. You know, I brought like a Twitch concept that was about me just playing video games and talking to people about rap shit. I brought it to Everyday Strugglers on the sticks. I own the IP. I licensed to them. They have a license for 6 seasons. Facts. If they don't create a season after a certain time, the IP returns to me, and it voids their licenses for a certain amount of seasons. So I'm all with you. And even though, by the way, I do love Complex for, you know, some of the things they've helped me with. You know, we've had our, you know, struggles, whatever. They know what time it is. Like, Joe, don't make it seem like I'm the model employee over there. Don't do that. Listen, Joe, increasingly, let me tell you what's happening. Increasingly, I'm realizing how much the brand of Akademiks is, and I'm looking at the brand of what they got going on, and I'm looking at the cultural equity, and I'm saying, do I need y'all or y'all need me?
You know the answer.
Very important question.
You know the answer.
You know that question because you've answered it many times.
You fucking right.
So again, I always love to watch you. Like, I was watching like some people comment about like your rants or whatever, and I was like, yo, you know, some of your audience just likes when you just keep it light, but me, I'm super in tune when you talk business and you start getting on this, because I think you, Charlemagne, me, anyone who's in a space who's a black male who has a platform that is influential, we all have similar plights. We might have different approaches.
Okay, I'm rolling.
The Joe approach, I don't think nobody will ever get down with. You know why? No one will succeed and make it out.
Good. The Joe approach is for Joe. There's only one Joe. Everybody can't do it. All right, I got to piss now. If I have to set up the you and Rory peace treaty, I will.
Joe, I just want to say overall, I love you, man. You know, despite I like watching from afar, but also I'm very respectful to make sure that I'm not one of the people who you end up having to fight against while you go against you're doing your plight. You know what I mean? Again, I could have my, like, sometimes I have reservations, but I've seen you do this a few times. At this point, I'm watching the process again, and I'm like, how the fuck is he gonna do it again? You know?
Just know I'm gonna do it again.
Because of that, I'm super respectful in terms of that. Anything with your co-host, I like to keep it light, but you know, I like to have fun. Just tell them stop trying to show up to my house. That's a little weird. Okay, but
I'm going to investigate that one because I don't like that.
But anyway, I love you. Okay,
I love you more.
Keep doing great content. Enjoy your 3 weeks vacation, which Spotify would never give you.
Hey, just know when Joe pops back up, you know it's always a plan.
Hey. Well, listen. Well, this is what you know. The reason why other podcasts are kind of watching and looking because they do want to see you're establishing a blueprint, and whatever you're gonna do is gonna tell everyone what could be accepted, maybe without less of a fight.
Yes. Yeah. So leave a maniac alone and let him be a maniac for everybody.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, God damn it.
I'm doing it. Hey, Joe, you know I'm doing that. I'm like, all right, let Joe do his thing. I tell everybody else, don't follow Joe, though. Yeah. But let's see what comes of this.
You're going to see. Hey, we're going to do another live in about a month. It's going to look like Joe is, it's going to look, let me not say nothing, man. Just keep watching.
Joe, I love you. I'm going to get you off here. I'm going to get off here as well. I love all the creators. By the way, salute to Van, salute to Charlemagne, salute to everybody who makes great content. Joe, keep winning, keep being a great person. And,
thank you,
you know, again, we're trying to define history in how certain institutions and certain industries are being, oppressed.
Yes, sir. Listen, before I get out of here, y'all let Troy Ave know if he continues down this path, he too can have some business conversation.
Yo, what's wrong with this guy?
Bye.
Yo, I'm about to get off of here. Yo, Troy Ave, thank you for joining me. Joe, I love you as well. I love everybody who's really within the space. I'm usually just kind of having fun, you know what I mean, poking fun at people. You know, sometimes it does, you know, whatever. It's hip-hop. I love Charlemagne. I love Joe. Those two I really kind of look at, and I always want to see, you know, Charlemagne is one side of me, and Joe's like one side of me. But I always say to myself, don't ever do Joe. You do Joe, hear this. You do Joe, you might end up doing Star. And salute to Star, you know, all respect to you. But like, you know, sometimes you wanna keep it. You don't want to fucking just drop the bomb. You don't want to suicide bomb it, right? And I do like what Joe's doing. I like what Charlemagne's doing. Anyway, Troy Ave, thank you for joining me. Chat niggas, thank you for appreciating me. For the people who do follow Joe or enjoy the conversation with me and Joe, I thought this was a great live. I'll save it for y'all, okay? I'm